What's good, YouTubers? Once again, it's Casey to go for Vernon Speak Sports. Talking about Auburn football, where college football is king, but we also love basketball. How about the Auburn Tigers basketball team, who have made it, obviously, to the Final Four at this point, defeating Kentucky for the first time out of three. Big shout out to my subscribers who reminded me that Auburn has actually played Kentucky 3 times this year, including this game today. Really love my subscribers because you guys keep me honest. You guys keep me accurate. I know you guys definitely love Auburn football, and I love providing you guys with Auburn content. So any feedback that you give me is definitely not taken to heart and definitely not taken offensively, because a lot of times I shoot these videos kind of impromptu, and every now and then some very small details might be left out. So what about the Auburn Tigers football team, who has, kind of been in the shadow of the Auburn Tigers basketball team throughout the spring practice? And as Auburn eases on into the Final Four, taking on Virginia in the Final Four matchup, it kind of keeps the Auburn football team way below the radar, and unjustifiably so. Auburn is obviously entering in one of the most important quarterback controversies in the country right now. Joey Gatewood obviously sounds like he's going to be the presumed leader, at least at the moment. I actually like the idea because I like his size, I like his durability, and I like what I saw on film of him in high school, how he takes command and has the ability to throw the football. That could bode well for the Auburn Tigers leading into the Advocare Classic against the Oregon Ducks, who for right now are the presumed leaders and the odds factor of winning the Pac-12 conference. As we all know, the Pac-12 conference usually, at least for the past 2 years, have not represented in the college football playoffs because, for number one, they couldn't beat an SEC team first game. Then they were always wound up losing a game in the Pac-12, usually losing about one conference game and one out-of-conference game. So it makes it a hard sell for the college football playoff committee to put those jokers into the college football playoffs. But now, as we look at, Auburn basketball going into the Final Four, but also the Auburn football team, who has done a lot of great things over the offseason, starting with the perception of the coaching staff having the ability to convince guys like Marlon Davidson, Derek Brown to come back to the program. Also, the hiring of Kenny Dillingham and Carnell Williams definitely makes this a very interesting offseason for the Auburn Tigers, as, they really try to get back into the good graces of the Auburn fan base, as Gus Malzahn definitely is not necessarily a crowd favorite. But you got to think about what Gus Malzahn has brought to the table. In the 7 years that he's been with the Auburn Tigers, you're talking about 2 SEC championship appearances, 1 SEC championship, 2 SEC West appearances. You're talking about numerous awards for Coach of the Year back in 2013. This is a football coach that definitely has the potential to really take things to the next level for the Auburn Tigers. So as we move forward to week 3 of spring football practice, number one, you still have the Auburn basketball team as a factor, a scapegoat, if you will, to keep the eyes off the football team to where they can continue to function very uninterrupted on a national standpoint, because people are so busy looking at the Auburn basketball team that they don't understand the dynamics of what's going on with the football team. A lot of great moving parts, great skilled players coming back for the Auburn Tigers. Skill set at the linebacker position, probably the best that we've seen in numerous years. Cornerback position, very experienced. Jeremiah Denson, having that experience as well in the secondary. He played against Clemson twice, so he definitely has the experience needed. Well, maybe not twice, but at least once that I know of, because I remember him recovering a fumble in the second game against Clemson in Clemson. So to avoid inaccurate information, I know he played against Clemson once. Also, you think about these guys who played in these kickoff classics, these high consequence games, have played in bowl games. So Auburn is in great position football experience-wise, and the basketball team serving as an incredible decoy to allow this spring practice to go, for the most part, uninterrupted for the Auburn Tigers. The fan base is not putting so much pressure on the football team right now because they're still involved with the basketball team, who is like right at the door of a potential national championship, first national championship in basketball. So that's great for the football squad, who has Gus Malzahn as the head coach. Obviously, he always stays on the hot seat. So for him to go through this spring practice largely under the radar is a huge deal for the Auburn Tigers. Once again, it's K2 to go for Vernon Speak Sports. I want y'all to definitely comment, because it's a lot of education, as Gus Malzahn likes to say, in these comments. Man, I appreciate the fearless and true gang always coming with the comments, always coming with the likes. But most importantly, please subscribe to my channel, because we want to get the live chats going. I want to get the live chats going by the time fall hits, so that we can have that element of Auburn content. We don't have to deal with, Paul Feinbaum and all the other, AL.com 24. We don't have to deal with all the other Auburn haters. We can develop our own freaking content. War Eagle.